Hello, good evening, everyone. For the moment, Katalin is joining. She's not yet there, I will start alone to make the introduction, and she will join us in a few moments. So I'm also waiting to check if some of you will join. So I will wait some minutes, because here on the platform I can see how many people are connected. So I will wait a few minutes so that maybe Katalin and you will join at the same times. And then I will start in a few minutes anyway, whatever the case, so that if people are listening that video at a different moment, not in live, but maybe tonight later or in the next days, you will be able to enjoy from the beginning. So it's a very special topic today, the type of relationship. So we made that discussion because it seemed maybe it looks like the diversity is huge, but the type of relationship is pretty standard. And I invite everyone to think out of the box and use your own feelings, desire as a compass, but also creativity to design exactly what you need to be joyful. And of course, the situation could be different for you in case you are already with a partner or not, or with several partners, or if you are younger or older or whatever. For sure, you have a different kind of expectation. But whatever the situation, there are plenty of solution to live fulfilled, and we will share some advice today about designing your relationship. So I'm extremely enthusiastic about that subject, because really, believe me or not, we are here to dream. The purpose for me of any human is to dream about what we need for us, and then let the life answer, communicate with us, and also co-participate with life to make it real. And but you're not obliged to believe me. Just do it, and you will see by yourself. And then when you design a relationship, I would invite you to be extremely honest with yourself. What are you really looking for when you are you dream about a certain type of relationship or partner in your lives? What are you really looking for? So get some silence, some looking inside yourself as much as you can and as often as you can, also continuously, to simply feel what is true for you, what is important for you, and how you can have the best version of yourself and share it with someone. The purpose of the intention of Katalin was discussing that topics to release some tension and invite more joy in your relationship. And I will start with 3 reminders about relationship. The first is, for me, the purpose of a relationship is to make life of both partners more beautiful. So be able, in fact, to make a life for yourself and also for the partner more beautiful. Otherwise, I don't see the purpose of having a relation if it's to make it work for you or for the partners. Really, is to create something that you cannot do alone, and together to make the life of your partner more beautiful, and by the same way also make your life more beautiful. The second point, the second purpose for me of a relationship is to get discussion and experiences that you would not have alone. That seems obvious, but sometimes we forget that indeed the presence of someone else will trigger you, will challenge you, will bring you new ideas at the moment you don't expect, or a manner you don't expect, and it just asks you to flow with life as fluid and as easy as water, I would say, as the river. Make it so easy for everyone, and accept that the partner will always come at his own pace, rhythm, and desire to you with unexpected stuff. And that's the purpose of a relationship. So if you decide to go in a relation, just remind that they are there for that, to have a discussion you will not have alone. Some people say, okay, my partner will challenge me because indeed he will put the fingers where I would say where it's tricky for me, or when it could be painful, or he is my mirror in life and he will be able to reveal something. And that's why you need really to select a partner that is, in fact, that get the honor to be with you and reveals the part of you that maybe you don't want to see, and accept them, welcome them, and make something very beautiful all together. The third purpose for me of a relation is to create a safe container where you can really enjoy life, lose yourself in the relation, be able to express all part of you, not cut yourself in pieces or reject some piece, but no, just unify yourself and accept all part of you constantly, and have that safe space with your partner so that you can trust any discussion, any, I would say, be able to talk about any subject and experiences in a very quiet space, in fact. And that's maybe the more challenging, but that's where you can start to discover yourself. And it's the relationship is a place of trust and a very intimate. You select a partner to be very intimate with them, because the intimacy is more often about what you think and to be honest with yourself, rather than nude or sexuality, because sexuality and nude is nothing to do with intimacy. Basically, it's the way you do it and the way you express yourself and you relate with someone. So be honest with yourself, be honest with your partner, so that you can really make sure that you are proposing something to someone which can match both expectation and be very peaceful, because you're not hiding anything. You are just honest with what you know about yourself in the moment, and it's by doing the experience that you start to learn yourself, and not before. You can think about, okay, I would love an open relationship, but as soon as you have not done it, it could be very difficult. For me, for instance, I'm not jealous, and I was desiring an open relationship many years ago, 10 years ago, and it was not acceptable for my partner. And I say, okay, that's for me, the relationship was more important than those kind of desire. And even if I would really enjoy it or willing to experience it, I will find another way to enjoy myself. And then I wait 10 years for the proposal to come back to me. So my partner came back, say, oh, did you remember that 10 years ago you proposed me that? And I say, yes. And now I feel ready. Okay, let's do it. And indeed, I was not jealous, and I experienced it, and I didn't experience jealousy at all. But for some people, they can experience jealousy, for instance. But you never know. So you never know how strong it could be, how the emotion could be combined with something else, or you can manage it, or you can handle it in a way which is which allows some growth for you and for your partner. So really encourage you to dare to talk about experience and get there together. So I see Katalin is joining, so I will try to invite her. So hello, Katalin.
Hello, Facebook Club.
So I'm so happy to be with you again tonight, and I made the introduction we committed to do. So about the purpose of the relationship, and also to be very, very honest with what you expect with any partner in life. I invite you to be very honest. It could be, the purpose of relationship is to have very great moment together. So whatever is a friend, it could be for jobs, any activities, sport, holidays, or whatever. Just think that everything is about relationship, and your partner in life, maybe your lover or whatever, is the most precious one that will know probably most of your I would say, phases and fluctuation and part of you. You will reveal probably more part of you than any other else. And so put consciousness in your relationship so that you can take the benefit of it and help the other to grow with yourself.
And also, yes, relationship it's a wider topic. I believe right here, right now, we are talking about romantic or love relationship all the time, and related to intimacy and sexuality, like how people can, at first, at least think out of the box, to think differently about this topic. And for me, all the time is the biggest question: how can we push ourselves further to that edge? What we learned, how we conditioned by the society, and how we can ask better questions to create a better result in our life.
Yeah. And I will remind something very special is that for me, based on experience, and the pain exists, appears, happens when there is a discrepancy between your expectation and the reality. If there is a difference between what you experience and your dreams, then you start to feel some pain. And the pain is not necessarily negative. It's just a signal to say, oh, there is a difference.
Right word, no? Maybe the pain is not the right word.
Yeah, but sometimes I push it at the limit, but the pain could be that you can feel some sadness or pain or difficulties because you have difference between what you live and what you dream, but then you can better understand that there is a difference between this, or maybe you can work on accepting more, enlarge your spectrum of receptivity, and be able to accept many kind of information, situation, and be very peaceful with it. But also it gives you information about, okay, what I'm living there is not aligned with my dreams, my values, with my needs. And then it's a gift from life to say, okay, there is a difference, or there is something, a gift to receive, and you need to learn about what is suitable for yourself.
Probably that's related to the self-consciousness. Then you say, okay, everything is just a reflection or difference, but I don't label it. I don't name it. It's negative or positive. Whatever is the contrast is just a feedback from me. I'm not there yet, or I thought it was what I desire. But when you are in it, you may experience, no, it wasn't. I didn't ask this. I signed up for something else.
And so today we invite you to think about the relationship you want to create, because there is such a diversity. There are millions and millions of people, and it looks like everybody is trying basically the same kind of relationship due to habits or tradition or culture norms or standard. But then if you listen to yourself, what you really want. First is, do you want to have a partner? Yes, which kind of partners? And do you want, for instance, to live with it? Do you want to live alone or with someone? Because you can have a relationship with someone, but not sharing the same living space or rooms or house or whatever. So it's really important to think all of those levels and say, okay, in life, I'm looking for someone that can match those desire, and that feel also, which is not the mirror, which is not, but which matching enough what you need. And
you can think further when you say, well, what if I don't know? How does it call it? What I desire? What if I don't know? I cannot name it or label it because I have not seen any example of that.
Yeah, there are probably more to create that what has already been tested by the human. So we invite you to invent, really take your creativity and design something. even if you're already with a relation in a marriage or whatever, think about how you can adjust the relationship to make it very, very joyful, where all your joy, your vitality, your spontaneity, and it's just there, just so natural, and you feel at home because it's the way you want to live in that moment. And that's one of the big advice that we have for you. If you struggle to define the name of your relation, you can accept to live without any definition, because definition means it's definite. It means it's not infinite. You put some limits, but sometimes you don't know what are the limits. What do you want exactly? And if you say, okay, we are together, what does it mean for you? What does it mean for the others? And you can just take time to look at what happened in the relation and enjoy the moment. That's what we started, Kathleen and myself. What we did is that when we met, and then great moment after great moment, every connection after connection, days after days, we say, okay, it seems that we really enjoy it a lot. We want to experience more together, but we don't want to put expectation of any kind, to not put any names on it, because it's difficult to define. The more complex is the relation, the more it's difficult to give a name on it, to put a name and say, okay, what if we accept we have no name to? And so indeed, if we need to explain to someone, okay, what is your type of relationship with Kathleen? I don't know. We are just meeting, enjoying, being creative, and just having a lot of fun in many different manners, but we don't put names. Are you together or not? I don't know. We are just enjoying as much as we can. And as soon as we enjoy being together, we ask for a new moment. And that's it. And we spent several months like that. And it was very peaceful, in fact.
And it is just opened up an opportunity to find something else, not the traditional one.
And I apply that advice to myself, because for me it's obvious, but I also give that advice to some of my clients, depending on where they are in the relationship, when they start, when they broke up several times, want to resume, or want to separate, to create a stronger link or whatever. Sometimes they are lost and say, oh, we don't know where we are. Okay, accept you don't know. Don't label anything, and just follow your gut intuition and start to create the moment that you really love, and let the definition for something else. Because the life is really about feeling it with your body. And some people talk about the left and the right brain, but okay, having rationality is one, but we know that most of the decision we take is about non-rational. So enjoy it, feel the body, and let it be for a moment. Give that space, that open space, to have more creativity.
I think we always want to find a name. We always want to express what we are looking for. And probably there are two types, or many, like general or typical situation when people are asking, okay, what do I want? What do I really want? And one of them is when you finish a relationship and you say, okay, this part was really good, or it was okay, and I'm looking for something else because I didn't enjoy fully myself, or didn't enjoy fully the relationship, or I didn't enjoy the whole itself. I realized I'm at the wrong place. So that's one of the moments. The other one, when you notice a new desire, notice a new change, and you want to express it. And in both situations, you are looking for words. Otherwise, how can you express to the future partner? How can you express with the desire to the universe, okay, let me deliver it to me because I want it. I want this change. And also, even Google cannot read in your mind. If you want to find this, if you want to search, you need a search engine. And the search engine requires, okay, what do you want? Even the genie in the bottle says to you, okay, let me know. What do you want? Let me deliver to you. So everything is starting with the expression. Everything starts with the expression.
So with a vibration, in fact, with a kind of vibration, how you vibrate for something, how deep and strong you vibrate for a certain value, desires, experience, and make it translated in words and express it one way or another. It could be art, it could be a drawings, it could be a music, it could be anything, but you can express it and find a way to express it to make it more.
And sometimes the expression coming from what I don't want. Okay, I was there. I have been there. I experienced that. And thank you. No more, please.
You told me also during a talk together that, some people say, okay, I don't know what I want, or I'm not sure. But is it true, in fact? If we go deeper and deeper, some men and women escape.
Yeah, could be. You don't know. It's
you can say
it could be the mind problem, because then your subconscious mind trained or associated with negative things. It's sometimes we have a blind spot and we really don't know. But there is another aspect. It's for women to express, okay, this is what I want. For us, it's really hard. And sometimes we say, oh, I don't know. But at the same time, we know. This is the really nice way to say no. It's a really nice way to keep someone's attraction, or create more and more dive into, because men generally wants to deliver. They want to fulfill desires. And if I say all the time, I don't know yet. Can you find it, please, for me? And it's an encouragement. It's not there yet, but you are getting close to it. But that's a kind of playing with the rules, and it could be abusive, or it could go to the wrong direction, and it's consuming a lot of energy. So obviously the reason why I said to be aware of it for both sides. When you say, do you really don't know, or you're just afraid to express what you really want?
Yeah,
and it's a good question. It's a good question, and not for justification. It's just a double check. Do I understand when you really don't know? Is that really true? Or let's invite the topic for a conversation.
And then check what are your desires. In a relationship, you have so many parameters. It could be linked to time and space in a broad manner, but it could be linked to you want to have some talk with someone, or regular talk, emotional connection and shares. You want to have touch and have sensual moment. You can have play, activities of any kind, to be spiritual also, maybe a sexual connection, a connection, a relationship about creativity, or about your jobs, or about certain type of moments. So if you really think about what you can create in a relationship, especially with a life partner, it's really broad. So you can really think widely. And then indeed, you can consider some well-known type of relationship, which could be open relationship or closed. So it means closed, it means you select only one, but you do not have any partner outside the one relation, any sexual partner in general. And you need to distinguish that exclusivity and the monopoly is nothing to do with the loyalty or the fidelity to someone. You can be to be loyal with someone and stay with that, but without exclusivity. But often we don't distinguish both between exclusivity and close relationship. You can also think about a monogamous or multi-partners. That's also important. You can imagine you have multiple partners and they all fit something, a specific need for you, because finding everything in the same partner, it's really a challenge sometimes. And if it's not the moment in your life when you can have all in one, indeed, why you would deprive yourself or block yourself for having beautiful relation. I know some people that have 3-4 relation, everyone with a different pace and a rhythm. Some they see regularly every week or every month, or some every 2-3 months, whatever, but they have their own rhythm of meeting the other, because some have amazing sex and spirituality, some is amazing talk and joy, and for others it's amazing activities and relaxation moment and social moment. So you can have a different kind of combination, and you can allow yourself to live it based on what is it in your environment, and let the partner free, because it's well known. But one of the main difficulties sometimes is the pressure we put on one partner, because it's like one fit all. Everybody is unique, but we expect that the partner in life will fulfill every domain of your life, from the physical, the time, the emotion, the talk, the touch. So everything you imagine, it's pretty crazy to think that way. But most people think, if we don't take time to analyze it, more and more for many marriage, you have that kind of expectation, and the criteria are the list of criteria is growing and growing and growing. It was not the case 1 century ago. More and more we want more from the partners, and it's not a place of liberty and freedom to create and enjoy moment, but it's more like more constrained expectation. And if the expectation is not the same as reality, you feel some pain, frustration, or whatever, and it creates a bad cycle of emotions. And that's a pity, because if you are all free and you imagine that all your criteria, sometimes you know, but you don't know about it, are so broad, don't expect one partner to fulfill it. And accept that you are changing, and your desire now is not the same than 10 years ago or in 10 years, and the same for your partner. So check what you can live together, and give you the freedom to say, okay, we are there to help each other to grow and to live with as much as vitality as you can all together.
And right here, right now, we are not looking for the right or wrong answer. So right here, right now, we invite everybody for a conversation. Because if you look back the history, and the history is full of it, cheating, and full of it, constriction and rules and marriage, and you have to do this, that, and XYZ way, and there is a big pressure. And some of them is coming from the economy, some of them is coming from the protecting wealth, protecting the family, whatever they achieved, they wanted to protect. Is nobody like creating a closed network for the family tree. So if you look back at that time, how hard, like let's say even just 50, 70 or 100 years ago, how our lives were different. So when the new in the society or in the economy, or new creation is coming, let's say polyamorous relationship or open relationship, there is a reason behind it. The reason sometimes very obvious. Our life is changing, and since the suffragettes, women can do a lot of things. And on one way, it was a really, really good wave, or a really, really good trend, because for sure we have amazing intelligence. On one way, we are all of us a human being, but on the other way, we are different. And this is what everybody has to clear inside them. What do I want? And it's always starting with what I don't want. And that's a good thing. Even expressing what I don't want is a good beginning of, okay, let me hear what you don't want. And for me as well, it was a big question when I broke up my relationship. What do I want? And I could not find the answer. I just found the answer. I don't want this and this and that. And because of my blind spot, because of my background, I even could not express even when we met, I could not express to you, like, do I want a relationship? Do I want a marriage? Do I want this or do I want that? I just said, I don't know. At this time of my life, I can say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I can offer. And if it's based on just an exchange type of relationship, okay, I offer you these benefits and I'm expecting these benefits as a return, it's a one level of relationship. The next level could come from when I'm radiating and vibrating something. It's me, and I'm offering a space to share it, to share with you, and inviting you for an adventure together, where you are free to express, which is a kind of bubble or an island, and say, okay, here we are at home. I call it as a home. Then most of you and all of you experienced, let's say, go for a hiking, and outside it's cold, your body is tired, and you just open the door and you step into the home. That shift, that feeling, what I was looking for in relationship. When I arrived at home, drop off all of the backpacks and shoes, and let myself as free as I want, and everything is warm, cozy, and I can be myself. I can enjoy the life as I want, and it's welcomed.
Yeah,
that was the easiest way to express it.
Yeah, to feel at home. And you mentioned also that sensation of feeling at home is very special when you look at it, and it's nothing to do, that peaceful space is nothing to do with being secured, certain, or any kind of insurance, except that you can be accepted and you can talk about anything, really.
Yes, it's a peace when you say, oh, I arrive at home. There are no more the rules I created. That's my home. And I didn't look for insurance. I didn't look for security. I was looking for that peaceful feeling, like a big fresh air in my lung, and stretching, and have a space for growth, have a space for relaxation.
That's a very nice feeling, and that's what you were looking for in a relationship. So it's even not related to anything we discussed yet, or we just discussed about emotion, spiritual, sexual, or anything, but it's just, okay, in my relationship, I want to feel at home and very peaceful in any situation, having a deep, profound, peaceful sensation where I can fully relax and enjoy myself and the partner. And that's very easy, but to have, I think the most easy and simple it is, the more powerful, in fact. It's like in any equation, the most simple it looks like, the most, I would say, refined it is. And that's a proof of mastering the complexity to make it easy. And a typical situation we can observe between couples is that we desire something, and then we are frustrated. And the first reaction, indeed, do we have to change the partner? But we cannot change the behavior of the partner. It's someone else. It's not fair at all to put your energy and desire while willing to change the other. It's impossible. And you feel, even yourself, when someone wants to change you, something inside you will resist, because it's not really acceptable. It shall come from inside with a spontaneous desire of changing. And so you cannot change and you don't have to change a partner. Like 10 years ago, when I was willing to experience open relationship, my partner was not willing, and said, okay, I accept it. I will not change you. I will not change my desire. It's there, but I accept it as it is. And there is nothing to force, neither. nothing to argue, to try to have, I'm right, you are wrong, or you will understand. No, there's nothing to force. It's just accepting a desire and accepting to live with it, and then think about what is the most important in the relationship for you. And the only thing you can change is yourself. And accept to be creative and flexible.
Desire could be a funny thing because it can poke you and can come back to you over and over and over again. And maybe it's a root state, what I'm saying now. The only thing what you can expect from your partner is the change in life. That's the only certain thing, is the change. If you
in a way that surprises you, usually in a way that surprises you. He will change in any direction, in any manner that you cannot forecast, but you know it will come one day or another. If it's healthy relationship,
yes, everybody likes surprises. They call it surprise up until they're expecting. If they're not expecting the surprise, they call it as a problem.
Yeah.
So, but both of them are coming from the change, and this is the point: is assume or put at least on your plate. The change is inevitable for the movement, for the growth, for in any relationship. Nothing is certain. Nothing will be the same forever. And just have an open conversation with your partner. When you accept it, when you acknowledge it and saying is like, I don't want to force you. I don't want to change anything, because it's happening. It's happening inside me. I have new desires. I have new ideas, thoughts. I really would like to try that. Not because I want to rule, create a mess in our connection. It's just a desire. And personally, about monogamy, I found it as a bit challenging, or the traditional marriage way. And here is my disclaimer: this talk is all about few questions and all about new way of thinking, all about thinking about out of the box. And here we are not here to say this is the right and this is the wrong, because with the old tradition or the marriage is respectful. If you are respectful in that marriage. If you are cheating, if you have your own vibration and different characteristic, doesn't matter how do you call it. It's a nasty game. You could call it a long-term relationship. You can call it as a marriage. But if you are nasty, this will be nasty. And so that's why, as far as I know, so many people blamed or judged based on when they say, oh, I believe in open relationship. And who believes in marriage, they say it's you are just a new waiver, and you don't like responsibilities, and you just want to change something which is working for hundreds of years. Yeah, but so many marriages created a lot of abusive traumas and many ways, just because they force people being together in spite of their desires. So what we encourage here is from the beginning, or if you are in the relationship and if you have desires, to open up and create a discussion. First, a discussion about it with your partner. Maybe you will be surprised how welcomed that.
Yeah, and many people and more get those kind of creative communication and discussion, thinking out of the box and saying, okay, I'm not like the others. My life will not be boring, and I will not accept something which not fitting my purpose and desires. And I want to discuss and find a creative way to have my relation to life and to my partners. And that's very, very beautiful, because you start to really criticize to match your most profound desires, like feeling at home. And sometimes you can have big projection and big dreams, and then at the end of the day, what makes you very happy is very, very tiny details. It's a partner or someone, a colleague or whatever that look in your eyes and with a lot of love and acceptance and understanding, and just that makes you feel very great. And that's the kind of probably relationship that we are all looking for, is something where you really feel fully accepted. And it's tiny details, the way the body language of our partners, the way they stay present in silence, just listening, being curious, or just looking at you with admiration of any kind. That's very, very small details. And beside to that, that's why I told you when 10 years ago I was feeling an open relationship, and I had the chance to leave it 9-10 years later. But I say, okay, what is the most important? I have that desire, but I'm not linked to a desire. That desire exists, but I can have 100 others. This one is very present for the moment. That's true. That's something inside me that's calling me. But if I just analyze the situation and say, okay, what's the most important? And the relationship I was building was more important than all of this. And I say, okay, I will learn what I want from what is available in the moment. And I check what are the tiny details of life that makes a life awesome. And then you can enjoy any relation, not only with your partner. When you are fulfilled outside in your professional life and so on, when you are coming back home, you are there to share beautiful moments. And back to the introduction, remind you, for me, a relationship is about creating something amazing for you and for your partner, to make the life of your partner even more beautiful. And for that, you need to have fulfilled relationship everywhere you are, so that when you are back, you are full of possibilities, of energy, of acceptance, and you are there for yourself and your partner. You have plenty of energy to create project, to create moment, to relax with a partner, to have intimate moment, and not disturb with anything else, because you know yourself, and every second of your life is full.
And also look at yourself, and when you create rules or accept rules, ask yourself, do I accept these rules just because I feel I don't have any other choice to get benefits? Which you can feel in any relation. When you have the fear, if it's coming from the fear, I'm losing this connection if I say no for a change. And here is one tip again. If you are in a conversation and you don't know, that was my dilemma as well. I admire the monogamy on the way to say to somebody, I choose you for a lifetime and I want to live with you, and I honor this decision every single day, and I'm committed to nurture this connection for a lifetime. That's I really honored in marriages. At the same time, I haven't seen so much example around me where there was the meaning behind the marriages. And also, when I seen the people who in open or open relationship or polyamorous relationship, my question was, one thing, it's so good, the benefit. Okay, I can have the desire, I can go out and I can express myself how I want to, and no rules, I can have sex with someone else. It sounds great, but at the same time, can I allow it to my partner? Can I be in the relationship, and when it's happening to me, like my partner have a sex with someone else, can I accept it? So that was my kind of dilemma. How will I behave when it's happening? I said yes for the experience from my side. Yes, it's a benefit to me. But how will I feel, or what will be my response? Because one way, yes, I want it. interesting and bubbly and so like a adventure. But there are two ways, yeah? There are two people in that relationship. And can I accept when my partner come to me and saying that, oh, we agreed, we are growing. That was my experience. Let me share with you. Do I want to hear it? What my partner have done out of our bedroom?
Yeah.
Do I want to really experience? And that was a big dilemma to me when I don't know. I'm afraid of. I'm a bit afraid to hear that. Why? And I was thinking about it, like why? Why I'm afraid to hear a positive experience? And one of the conclusion was a fear of missing out, not being involved, not seeing or experiencing together. And the second one is maybe I won't be that important anymore in my partner's life, and I'm losing the losing myself or losing my value. And sooner or later, my partner will come to me and saying that I want more adventure outside because you are not interesting anymore. Instead of giving the space for the experience and nurturing together the home, where everybody is coming home and we are enjoying, and we are going outside for an adventure, but it's no question we are coming home. That was my fear in the past. That's why I could not decide what do I want. I could not decide that, like, I cannot go with the marriage because it's not my cup of tea. And can I'm really afraid of these new waves. It doesn't fulfill fully me.
Yeah.
What was your experience, or what was your question, or what was your way of thinking when you had the desire and you got a rejection, like being in an open relationship?
On my side, as I told you,
I don't know if the internet is lacking. Did you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. From my side, as I told you, I was dreaming for open relationship or desiring it 9-10 years ago, and when I was able to live it, it came back to me without any having expressed everything. I just forget it. I didn't expect that my partner will come back years and years later with it, and I accept it. And it was a very beautiful moment in my life. It was extremely beautiful because it's a kind of huge freedom of because you don't have to match any expectation or fulfill any pre-established, I would say, norms or whatever, because you can be fully yourself. When your partner selects you, it's just selecting you for what you are, for who you are, because the partner can also select anyone else. And for me, it was a very, very beautiful experience. For some people, it's very challenging, and for them, it's a nightmare. So I encourage you to just let go desires, let it come back, allow you to have experience, and change. Also be able to change yourself in any situation, so that you create also very dynamic relationship with your partners, so that it's always funny. You can bring joy and more vitality and energy in the relation, and it's become more and more with more and more oxygen. You feel that when you come inside the relationship, you have even more oxygen than when you are outside. It's just like, wow, there I feel extremely fulfilled. And that's a very huge gift if you can live it and offer it to someone else.
Yes, because whatever you do in life, by the end of the life, you probably go through alone the end of this experience. So up until it's not happening, or up until that moment, people say if you think about just yourself, you are selfish. Let's start with yourself, fulfilling yourself first before you go out and you want to fulfill others. It's not a type of question when you have like a scale. Is it this X or Y? It's not about others or not about me. Not, you don't have to choose. The order is method. Because imagine a cup. I'm starting to pouring the tea inside the cup. If I have a half cup of tea, if I want to share, if I want to give, I have only the half cup. If I'm nurturing myself and fulfilling this cup all the time, over and it's overflowing with the tea, it's an abundance of tea. Who is around me, they are receiving consistently tea. It's not disappearing. So fulfilling myself is my command. That's my responsibility. Fulfill myself first. That creates the quality of me, the vibration of me, and that's my responsibility. Because just even with this difference, if everybody will be fully 100% responsible for themselves, the world could change in a completely different direction. And it's not about, our mind always want to choose between black or white. This is the rational mind fault. I put in a bracket. It's not really a fault, but this is the way how it works. All the time saying is hate or love. That's the purpose of the rational mind. Analyze and give you the answer for these questions. But if you think about the life, it's not black and white. And all of these opportunities leave gift in your life. First of all, with adventure. First of all, discovery. Secondly, you may afraid of the experience, but when you're inside it, you can discover new ways, new paths, and many beautiful things can grow out of it.
Yeah, you are responsible for yourself, and you can only change yourself. If you are fulfilled, any relation you enter, you can really enjoy it more and make the other in a better state, in fact. And remind that your objective, your intention always become your result. So if you put rules in your relationship because you fear, you have a lack of self-confidence, you fear the people will drop you and you will lose that people, that will become probably the end result. It's well known in management science. The objective you put is your result. One way or another, you will receive it. So think about really what are your intentions, because if the intention behind your rules or communication is to avoid something, this will happen. But if you want to create joy and you're focusing on joy, you will more probably create more joy inside you and around. And the world is really expecting, I think, that we start to be more creative about relationship and open to accept very different varieties of relationship and manner to manage it in time, in frequencies, in the manner and the way you do it and the way you label it. Become the example you want for yourself, because yourself, your truth, your inner self is really expecting you to propose to you a very beautiful life and a very beautiful relation. And so start to put action and think about it, really, because we are all in the need of a beautiful example, inspiration. As Katalin says, she was dreaming about beautiful relationship, but she was not really seeing it around her. She was missing example so that we can get to learn from others, to have inspiration, creativity, and it's very difficult. So if you start to do it, you give you a gift but also to partners and other people, like young people. Young people expect probably more beautiful example of relationship around, so that they want to grow, to create, to be part of that life, and be an actor in the society everywhere, because it are so many beautiful ways to do it, and we are all very creative. So try to connect that. And if you miss some abilities to be creative, ask someone creative, or call us, or whatever. You can just be, we are there also to help you to think out of the box and imagine something you have not yet imagined. We are seeing so much people in the coaching that they've all so beautiful manner to manage their life. And sometimes we invite them in podcast or whatever to describe or share it. Soon we'll have someone that will share about polyamour, and someone that test it, experience it, and then accept it to live it, and deeply, and then go somewhere else afterwards, because she better knows herself afterwards, and with a lot of respect, trust, and love with all the partners, navigate and change, and accepting to be fluent. That's really important. Don't put you in a type of relationship that don't suit you, and don't stay or accept it will never change. You can test many different kind of relation.
And also, if you find yourself in a situation when you don't know, express it. So let's just keep a summary, because I always like a quick summary in a clear bullet points. So the life is changing. How we name relations are changing, and many of them already or starting to be accepted in a society. Then in the past, let's say, we just called long-term relationship and marriage and engagement and go to the marriage.
You know, Katalin, what I would love is that people start to be so creative, but an easy way, just allow yourself to live the way you want, and then create a word for it. And if many people use the same kind of for relationship,
okay,
that word
let's do this challenge. We encouraging you to add in the comment, if you see this live, or first of all, if you see it replay, use #replay. And second, if we encourage you, if you have a new name for your relationship, add in the comment. We would love to hear that. We would love to hear any creative way, because of course we know the traditional way, we know, and also it's coming into the new meaning when people say I'm in an open relationship, in long-term open relationship, and also people who are in marriage, they decide we want to discover even more. Let's create a more openness in the relationship, and they accept from both sides from the sexuality perspective. Yes, I choose you as a life partner, but at the same time I desire more experience in my life. And also some people say, I don't want any strong commitment. I open for more relations, and this is the polyamour. If you find yourself not put yourself in any box, or you find one part I like, but it's not fitting you fully, and the other one, it's as well, I like this part, but I don't like that part. First, express it for yourself. Yes, I have a new desire. Yes, this is the stage, right? I'm right here, right now. I'm here. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to be here. I'm not unique on the negative way. I'm not a negative example who is not decisive, who is not can decide about the life. What do I want? It's just right here, right now. I'm here. I know I'm on a path, and I'm going in the direction where I have to go, or be a kid, do some trial. When you are expecting, maybe it's just a taster. And after the taster, I will say, no, thank you. Thank you for this experience. I'm sure you have seen some challenges about the hot spices. I love to I love to watch them. Some people are trying the spices, and there are some like competition of the eating chilies, the worldwide competition, and just to watch them, to experience this pain and pleasure, and it's crazy. Personally, I tried the taste. I tried some spices, but because of the experience, I said no, thank you anymore. But without testing it, without have a taster, it's how can you say it's for you or not? And be more flexible or accepting. You don't you your ego wants to be right all the time, and accepting that maybe there is no right or wrong answer. Maybe the answer is coming from the taster. And be vulnerable when you try something and say it's not for me. It's vulnerability. How many people go out and open up a business being self-employed, and the society or the network or even their family say you failed, you went there and after you going back to the being an employee? Yes, because I tried that. It was a taster. It didn't work. From outside it was a shiny object. It attracted me, but I learned my lesson out of it. I don't want it. So I'm going back to the previous way, or I'm going back to the
different one.
Yep.
Or different one. You create and you think about something else because that could even more match your desires.
The matter is, if you are in a relationship, do this with transparency and openness.
Yeah.
And if you are alone, be brave and try. And have some failures, have some funny stories. When you will be old, you can remember it. You can share it with your grandchildren, or during a party, you can say how fun was that.
Yeah, accept to fail and laugh about it and say, okay, at least I try it. I try a lot, and I can be blamed or judged because I tried, but at least I did it. It's very funny and joyful, and I also at the same time very honest with the person. I told what I feel, how I feel, what are my expectations or desires, and then we verify if the partner is also aligned with it. If it's great and you can pursue. If not, okay, that's there's no obligation to match, and maybe a no match is a gift, and that's better for everyone. But we live a nice moment, a beautiful intimacy moment, which is very honest, authentic, and full of vitality. It's even more vital and energized when you are honest with yourself and share it.
From my life, I'm always coming back the example of orgasmic meditation. How it's a new taster or a new skill changed my life, and changed not just my sexual life, my all aspects of my life, and taught me some essential or inevitable skills. Example of expressing myself, expressing my desire without labeling and judging on the answer, especially if it's a rejection. It doesn't mean it's not related to me. It's not related to the offer. It's related to right here, right now. No, thank you. That's it. And many other benefits I got from the orgasmic meditation. So if this Facebook Live talk to you and you are saying, yes, I want to discuss it, but I have no people around me, you can start, open up a conversation to share this live as one example. Second, you can reach out us. The website is love-health-center.org. And also you can add your comment to this Facebook Live, or you can send a message throughout the page. We encourage you to be open and curious in the life. You can get different answers, you can get your own answers.
Thank you. So we wish you all a great evening, and see you next Monday.
See you next time.